Hello everybody, welcome back, and let's simply get started. And we will just continue from where we actually left earlier. But before even that, let me go here, content, live, and check it out exactly how the things are going on here. And I'm gonna be copying the link first of all. I'm gonna be pasting it there. And apart from this particular thing, we'll try our level best to just simply get it done as soon as possible. Having said that, the goal is to just give this project 5 hours in a day, so that at least we are not busy with the same thing for a long time. We just move, we just I mean go ahead, get the things done, and then move, switch to the another one. So this is how the things are gonna be getting done. As for right now, let me even send this link here. Hopefully it's gonna be great. So this share done. Let's simply send it here, and let's simply continue. So what was I supposed to be doing? That I had to use the types here as well, and because of that thing I have to define the types in such a place from where they are easily accessible. So I have these types here, so not this particular type. Inside this particular type I have this index.ts, or I'd better name it a type.ts, and that's gonna be great. So in that case I'm gonna be naming it type.ts, and as this is named type.ts, so from the types type.ts instant types.ts, let it be index.ts only. I mean, that doesn't really matter. At least from the types index.ts I will be exporting all the types. What are those types going to be? That's gonna be the good question. The types, these are not quite the types, rather they are the constants, right? So I should create a constant folder. Let me delete this one, and let me create a inside packages. I'm gonna be having constants, and constants which are gonna be needed on both the sides, and lscd files, present working directory. I'm inside trash for some reason. Exit ls and Google Meet app. So let me do one thing, get another terminal open, and cd packages constants, and bun init, just simply initialize bun. And once the bun is actually initialized, after that come back to this particular section, change the configuration a bit, and this should be types. This is just the normal configuration for using bun, that's it, nothing else. So I've done this much. What is the next thing? The next thing is that having the constants over here. So when it comes to the constants, I'm gonna be having the same constants here. So let's simply cut everything from here. Let's even delete this particular file, and this time I'm gonna be keeping these constants here. Let's simply export it from here, grant join meeting and all, but again that's not quite needed for now, so let's not worry about this. And once this is done, so let's simply click on this, and if I actually go to the package.json, I'm not exporting anything, right? Exports, what will I be exporting from here? Let's see that. So from here I want to export these, so I can just simply say that whatever there is inside index.ts, that needs to be exported. So it should be like /index.ts, so everything from there needs to be exported, and that is it. This much should be fine. Alrighty, once this is done, let's simply close this one as well, this and everything else. And coming back to this front end section, again on the backend section I will have many errors this time, because this WebSocket server doesn't really have the types now. So I can say this is the main server.ts file I have, and this normal server process, where is this coming from? Labels, and there is no label as such right now. So let me cut this thing from here, and Now I need now I need to import the labels from somewhere. So import labels and labels, and if I want to have the labels here, I need to add them in my package.json here. So let's come back to this one. What I want to have my labels. They are gonna be dependencies or dependencies, labels, constants, dependencies. Let's be back here and at the rate types, they are the dependencies, at the rate repo, right? That's the name. Let me check the name here. Package.json, this is constants. So let me name it differently this time. Usually its name should be at the rate repo constants. So coming back to this particular section here, instead of naming it constants, the name is gonna be at the rate repo slash constants, and with the help of this I will be importing it. Close this and this as well. Coming back to this particular section, at the rate repo slash constants, I'm gonna be importing. I'm using one, so it's gonna be somewhat like this, and hopefully this is right. In order to check this, I can go to this I think this UI section as well. It's gonna be here. So when it comes to importing them, yeah, this is it. So I'm importing the ESLint config and TS config like this. The same way I have to import other things too. So fine, this is done right now. Apart from this particular thing, what else? Close this. Come back to this particular section, and over here I need to have the labels. So first of all I have to import. So bun install everything that has been installed. Right now I should be able to get the types. So not label, actually not even types, labels from where? Labels from at the rate repo constants. So let's simply get them. Once I have them here, then okay, almost it's been resolved. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And now as I have labels, so I will not be getting the errors. Coming back to this particular section, I need to have the types. Again, type is gonna be imported from the same place. So import types, it's gonna be coming from at the rate repo constants from the same file. So I'm gonna be importing the types as well. Once I have the type, then no need to worry about anything. Let's simply click on this. Here again I need to have the labels and labels and types both. So import labels from this and types as well. So ultimately I'm importing both of them. I have this interface ultimately type. When the time is right, I will be keeping it at the right place. For now this is fine. I'm just simply exporting everything from here. Let me go to the front end side. Again on the front end side too, I need to just import everything from at the rate repo constants. So over here I'll say just in this particular section, I want what? I want at the rate repo slash constants here. So everything from there will be imported just like this. So constants, and that's the name. And once this particular thing is done, so what will I do? I will just simply run one command, and that is bun install. It will be just simply installing it. Done. And once this is done, after that now whenever I need this, so ultimately what is happening, that inside socket manager I'm actually creating the socket and all, and inside signaling.server I'm actually listening for the messages and all, right? So ws.on message, I'm gonna be getting the message from the server side. Once I got the message, then I'm going to check the type of the message, exactly what is the label, and on the basis of that particular label I will be getting things done. So when it comes to the label, so labels I'm gonna be importing it from at the rate repo dot, this is gonna be normal server process, and the second of the case can be this is gonna be WebRTC server process. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. If that is a normal server process, so what will I do? Handle, again just exactly the same, the way I handled it on the server side, the same thing way I'm gonna be handling it here. So handle normal server process just like this. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead, and I'm gonna be passing it parse the message dot not parse, actually parse the message dot data. This is going to be passed, and similarly I will be handling the WebRTC, but again I'm not working with that, so let's keep it for now, or let's simply have it, doesn't really matter. Handle WebRTC web RTC server process. Just like this, I'm gonna be passing parsed message dot data, and this is how it's gonna be going on. And then for this thing, of course, I need to create the helper functions that is going to be responsible for handling this stuff. So I already have the store, I have the types as well, and I think would be better that I create helper functions. Okay, helpers, and inside helper I will have server process. So server, just exactly the way I did it on the backend side, the same way I'm gonna be doing here. Server process dot helper dot ts, and over here I will have these two functions. So export function handle normal server process will be getting the data, and the data will have some type. I will take care of that. Export function handle web RTC server process, it will get the data, it will have some type too. Now the question is, what kind of data will it contain? The data that I'm getting, that will have the type. So if I actually try to keep it here, so interface data will have the type. The type itself can be what? The type itself can have many types. So ultimately this data that I'm actually, and that it will have the payload yellow AD. This payload, let's keep it for any type right here, but this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And this is being used at both the places, right? So this type is being used here, and the same type was being used on the WebSocket server side. So in here, if I check out this server process helper, so I had this data, and where did it was inside helpers.type. So this was the type. I had the type here, asked to connect. Again, this is not the right type. It should rather be now ask to connect, because that's how I'm defining that. So this is the type right now, and ultimately even this type is going to be used inside the WebSocket server as well, inside web app as well. So what do I have to do? Let's create a global level dir that will contain the types. So I had that, then I removed that, but I think I need to have it again. So okay, as I need to I use the two types at two places, I mean I need to use some types at two places. So I'm gonna be creating another folder called types, and I will initialize bun inside that. So cd / types. So now I'm inside types right now. I'm gonna be initializing bun. So ls, first of all clear everything, bun init, and it will bun blank. Bun is initialized. So let's simply click on this, go to ts config. First of all, this over here I'm gonna be getting some errors. Like first of all, this is the error. It is just simply saying that you have to add inside a lib, you have to add DOM. So let's do the same thing, whatever it is saying. So ultimately few things that I need to do. First of all, I need to inside lib, I have to add DOM. And then if you try to use a bun, you will get one more error, that you have to get types here, and then array, and that should contain bun. So just like this, if you add this much, all errors are gonna be gone. So that's okay. This particular thing is done. Once this particular thing is done, then what will I be doing? Inside index.ts, I'm actually gonna be creating the types that are gonna be globally used. Okay. When it comes to those types that are actually going to be globally used, payload can be of any type. If it has a fixed type, we will even change it later, but for now let's assume that payload will have any type. So coming back to this particular section, cut it from here. Again, this helper.types.ts, these types are kind of global types, so I'm gonna be just simply cutting them from here. I mean delete that particular file, come back in this particular section. So inside types.index.ts, from here I'm just simply gonna be exporting it. So export this particular type, and export the interface as well, but ultimately most of the time I'm gonna be needing the interface only. So I have this particular type asked to connect. What other type can it have? Another type in the sense, the another type that can be there, that could be like a request to join meeting. This is also a type. Then the next type can be grant. Again, whenever I need them, I'm gonna be just adding them here. That's the best thing to do. If I need them somewhere, I'm gonna be adding them here, and this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. Apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna be changing the export here. Exports, and I'm gonna be exporting everything from what? I'm gonna be exporting everything from index.ts, and that should be overall fine. Let me make it this way. Apart from this particular thing, I'm exporting everything, right? Let me change the name so that it's easy to import. So repo/types. So using this, I can just simply import it. Where all do I need to import it? I need to import it at two places. First of all, it needs to be imported inside WS server. So inside WS server, inside package.json, I need to import this. So when it comes to importing this, so I can go to the dev dependencies. I am importing constants. Similarly, I can import @repo/types, and they are gonna be the global level types, and not even global level types. They are gonna be used in multiple environments. Like one is for the web app, another use one for the server, just like this. And that is why I'm gonna be having them here. Apart from this particular thing, the same thing I need to import on the web app side. So I'm gonna be back here, and I'm already exporting constants. Let me import @repo/types, and it's gonna be like this. So everything is going to be imported from there. Lastly, I just need to run a command, and that command is bun install. It will be installing everything. So ultimately, two things are going to be installed. One package is removed, and okay. So it has done that. What is the next thing that I can do? Let's simply close everything. There are gonna be many errors, that is for sure. But as I have done this much, what is the next thing that I can do? First of all, let's fix all the errors on this side. So if I go to the server.ts, this is the starting point, and even this particular thing, the meetings related info, most of the things I need to use on the client side as well. That simply means I will have to export them. So let's think. The participant info, username, is this enough? No. When it comes to the participant, so there should be username, there should be profile, a profile picture, of course. Then I need to have the meeting ID, then I need to have the connection ID, then I need to have the is host. Again, this needs to be used on the server side as well as on the app side, website side, client side. And connections, it is not needed, but this is definitely going to be used. In that case, I will have to keep it globally, and that is something needs to be done anyhow. So ultimately, participants, this is the most important part, that needs to be globally available and nothing else. So let me do one thing, cut it directly from here. As this needs to be globally available, so I'm gonna be back here, interface data I have. I'm gonna be exporting this participant as well from here. If it needs to be available globally, let it be available right now. Okay, coming back to this, when it comes to importing it, I'm gonna be importing it from global variable, global file and all. Okay, as for these things, I know they are gonna be working, but let them be here for later. Apart from this particular thing, what else can I do? The else thing can be, coming back to this server.ts, let's simply see the errors if I'm getting. So thankfully inside this I'm not getting any error as such. So overall things are fine. If I go to handle normal server process, so the first error is this, that data is not available. But where am I gonna be getting this data from? This data is gonna be imported from the @repo types. From here it needs to be imported. So this is done. And when it comes to this particular data, so the payload is actually any type, because I don't know what all it can contain. But apart from this particular thing, I'm definitely sure about the type. The type could be any type mentioned here. So this is fine. This particular thing is done too. and then handle to connect. And when it comes to handling to connect, so I know that when it comes to handle ask to connect in this particular section, I know the type of payload. So from there I'm actually sending the payload, and over here I'm specifically saying that I know that this payload will contain these many things. So meeting ID, username, profile, and that's okay. And then I'm adding some extra things from my own side, and I'm just simply returning from here. And this is how things are going ahead. So this particular thing is done. Now it's time to go to the front end side. So on the front end side, web app, let's click on this. Everything starts from this signaling server, because ultimately I get the message from over here from the backend side. As soon as I get the message, first of all it is saying that these processes, they are not imported here, so let's simply import them one by one. Then simply click on that process. The data, I need to be sure about the data type, what all it will contain. So instead of creating the interface here again, I can just directly import the data from where. Data type can be imported from @repo types and all. So this is gonna be done. So this way I have the types globally, and they are actually being used at two different environments. One is for website environment like Next.js environment, another one is WebSocket server environment. And I have files types saved globally, and they are being used like this. And again, as we go ahead with this particular project, things are even gonna be better organized. As for right now, we are just simply managing the things whichever way it's possible. Handle normal server process. When it comes to handling normal server process, what else do I need to do? I got my data. This data contains two things. This data contains the type. This data contains the, let me have a look at this. This data contains the type. The type can be what? The type can be asked to connect. Okay. But now from the backend side, I actually sent another type, and that is request to join meeting. This is also can be the type. So as this can be the type, so I'm gonna be actually back here, and I'm gonna check if data that I have dot type, that's actually, again, let's not use if condition statement here. Let's go with the switch statement. So I'm gonna be saying data dot type that I'm getting. If that type is again that these types where they need to be imported, the types need to be imported again from the constant. So types dot request to join meeting. Of course the type is gonna be like this. So if this has the type, then this will happen. And okay, for now I'm just simply going with this one only, right? So the data that I'm getting, if the type has the type of this request join meeting, that simply means the user is trying to join the meeting. What all will this data contain? Interesting. This data will have a participant, that is for sure. This data will have two things. This data will have the type, it will have the payload. And when it comes to this payload can actually be participant payload this time. So that's okay. So what will I do? Const participants is actually gonna be data dot, either I can do it here, or I can just simply say handle request to join meeting. Let's simply create altogether another function. Let's simply keep it somewhere else so that things are not in the same file and all. And for this particular thing, I will have to create a normal server dot helper dot ts. This helper is gonna be for the normal server. Again, this is not actually gonna be the server. Why am I naming them server process? They are gonna be normal client side, right? So ultimately this is the front end. So request what was the first one? Coming back to this particular section, handle normal server process. Handle normal server process. It's okay, that's fine. Let me check ask AI here. Can I use the same name on the WS server and web app both. Yes, you can use the same name function. Handle normal server process WebSocket. Front end handle normal server process socket. They will not conflict. अरे conflicting की बात ही नहीं भाई. Is it a good idea? Usually not the best naming because the responsibility is different. Better naming improves readability. So handle server connection process socket message, handle client message. So on the WebSocket server side, handle server connection process socket message, handle client message, process socket message. Okay, and on handle socket message, handle server connection, handle server connection. Okay, process socket message, handle client message. Okay, then handle socket message, handle server event, process server. Okay, this is getting crazy, but ultimately on the web app, process server message, that simply means the message that you are getting from the server side, you are going to be processing that. And over here, handle server event, so the event that you are actually getting from the server side, you are going to be handling them. And handle socket message, again the message that you got using socket and all, you will be handling that. And process socket message, handle client event and all. This is how it goes. Good naming convention for your case, Google Meet. Handle socket connection, handle socket message, process event, and this is how it's gonna be going on. Rule of thumb: use names that describe who is handling that. So messages from clients, WebSocket, web app messages from server. Small improvement: instead of handle normal server process, use handle socket message and or process socket event. Much easier to understand, bro. Handle uh, handle normal server process. Normal server process in the sense that is not a, I'm going to go with my name only over here. Handle normal server process. There are two types of processes that are gonna which are gonna be here, WebRTC and this. So okay, if I tell it more, it will be able to understand that. But okay, but this is good on what side? On the server side. So handle normal server, normal socket process, handle WebRTC socket process. Let me make it better. So this naming convention is gonna be crazy. Ultimately, what am I gonna do here? Pretty simple thing. On the server side, it should be handle normal socket process and then handle WebRTC socket process. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. So if I name it socket, so handle normal socket process, handle WebRTC. I'm mainly getting confused with the naming convention. Logic is not the problem. What kind of name they should have? So what could be better thing on the server side? Ultimately, WebSocket server side I'm talking about here. Whenever I get the message here, I got the message, then I handle normal server, handle normal socket process, handle normal server process, handle WebRTC server process. Let me give it this code and ask for the better names. Suggest name में दिक्कत है. Suggest some better names for this. Your current names is handle server process and this WebRTC server process, but normal server process is vague and okay, fine. Handle socket message, handle WebRTC message. So handle socket message, handle WebRTC message. That does make sense. Event based naming very common in real-time applications. So process socket event, process WebRTC event, process socket event data and connection ID, process socket event, process WebRTC event. This works well if you are using event driven architecture. So message based naming very very socket style. So handle client message, handle handle WebRTC signal, because WebRTC usually with the signaling message and all that's right. So best option, handle socket message, handle WebRTC signal. Okay, let's go with this name. I do want to have it good name, so why not? So I'm gonna be going with these two names. Gonna be organizing it in a better way if possible. Most of the time the logic is not the problem, the naming is the problem. So handle normal server process. So handle, what was the name? Handle socket message. Socket message. I will be getting the message from the socket here. So handle socket message and handle WebRTC signal, right? Signal. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna be handling things like this. And when it comes to this, so final clean version, handle socket message this, and handle WebRTC message this, normal server process, WebRTC server process again. Handle, yeah, show me the cleaner version. Show me the cleaner version. Even if I can write the code, but the thing is that if that is not organized, that's gonna be the worst thing. So how can I organize it better? Okay, let's do one thing. I have these two things, handle WebRTC message and handle server message process. And over here, what am I saying? Handle socket message. So ultimately, this is gonna be the socket section. And if this type is label is different, then that's gonna be problematic. And when it comes to the label, what can I name it? Socket message, and then WebRTC signal. Isn't that gonna be crazy? Let's go with the same. Doesn't matter what the AI says right now. This is fine for now. Handle normal server process will be handling the normal server process related stuff. WebRTC will be handling WebRTC related stuff. Later we can take the help of AI, make the naming better and all. But for now, let's simply get the logic section done. Okay, coming back to this particular section. So close this. On the front end side, right? So I was here, signaling.ts, and handle normal server. So now handle normal server process and handle WebRTC. Again, this is gonna be the on the client side, WebRTC server process, because I'm using it on the both sides, so this is gonna be fine. Handle normal server process and handle WebRTC server process. Even if it is on the client side, it is handling the normal server process related stuff. It is handling the WebRTC server process related stuff. This is fine for now. Later, of course, with the help of AI, you can make the naming better and all. That doesn't matter. And lastly, at least we've written so much code. It's not a good option to just simply change the things right now. And especially when you are working with pure WebSocket, then only you need to worry about it. Otherwise, you can directly go ahead. Having said that, invalid process label, and that's gonna be parsed message dot label. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. This much we've done. What is the next thing that I have to do? Go here and handle join meeting. It needs to have something. It needs to have what? Handle handle normal server process. And what am I doing here? Let's simply click on this. This is handle normal server process. Then I'm creating handle join handle request to join meeting. I'm gonna be handling this. I'm gonna be passing my data over here, and I will have to create this. So okay, when it comes to creating the things here, so first one is the server process helper. What should be the name of this? Server process helper on the client side. And server process in the sense that is more or less related to the signaling server. So not the best name actually, but okay, this is gonna be fine for now. And normal server, but the thing is that we are on the client side. Yeah, let me give me the right files structure for client and server both. Let's see if we can do something better here. So WebSocket server structure. So there should be source, there should be server TS, WebSocket server entry. So entry actually happens here. Source is not quite required. Then router, event router.ts, label, handler, mapping. Okay. Then there are gonna be handlers, and they are gonna be handling these types of events. So handle, join meeting handler.ts, leave meeting handler.ts, chat handler.ts, WebRTC handler.ts. So they are gonna be handling like this. And there are gonna be some services, core logic, meeting service.ts, connection service.ts. There's gonna be store, so connections store.ts, meeting store.ts. So I will be storing them. There are gonna be types, event.types.ts and socket.types.ts. Utilities, send message and logger, and constants label. Whew. Okay, what will you be doing now? The first thing is that I can directly go ahead with the same way that I'm actually going, or the second thing is that I can organize it a bit better. And when it comes to organizing it a bit better, let's do one thing: remove the server part, keep the remaining things. So if I remove the server part, that can be good for front end as well as back end. So what do I mean here? So what am I doing here? First of all, this server.ts runs and I'm getting these things. If I actually remove this server, handle normal process, simple, handle WebRTC process. There is a logic in that. So this way what will happen? They are gonna be handling normal process, they will be handling the WebRTC process. I don't even care whether I'm on the server side or I'm on the client side. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be going on. And let me get rid of this, and I'm gonna be going to this, I'm gonna go to this particular section. First of all, that's gonna be process.helper.ts. The best thing here, thank God I just did that. But because there is no server, so you can have the process.helper.ts on the server side, you can have process.helper.ts on the client side, and both of them are gonna be fine. So let's simply get rid of this, and this is gonna be, let's simply remove the server section, that's it, nothing else. So handle normal process, there are gonna be two types of processes, handle WebRTC process. Similarly, I can even change my label. So when it comes to the label, so that must be inside constants. So not EY, rather the constant section, this one, index the label, right? So this is gonna be normal process and WebRTC process. And in this way, I will not have to worry about the client side or the server side, because the process are gonna be the same on both the sides. That is the benefit of using this, and remaining things are fine. Okay, so what else can I do? Forget about else. First of all, fix the logic. So source, server.ts, first of all I need to import them. So first of all, this is gonna be, let me remove this part. Similarly, let me remove this part, and when it comes to this part, okay, fine, I need to import this. Handle normal process, handle WebRTC process, they are imported. Any error as such? No error as such. Coming back, let me remove this as well. So this much I've done, and after that, web type sorry, inside store I have state, inside the state I have both the states, that is completely fine for now. Let's close everything, and let's go to the server. Everything is fine here. Let's go to the handle normal process. Everything's fine here. Handle ask to connect, I will be asking to connect. Coming back to this one, the name should actually be normal process. So there is the main process.helper.ts, then I'm gonna be having normal process over here. So normal process.helper.ts, and there's gonna be WebRTC process. So WebRTC process dot helper dot ts. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So there is normal process, there is simple process that handles actually everything, or the better name could be handle normal process, handle WebRTC process. So process handler, this is mainly gonna be the handler, right? So let me do one thing. Inside source, I'm gonna be creating one more handlers, just like this, and inside this handler I will be having handler.ts. handler.ts, this will be handling the stuff like this. And when it comes to this particular handler, my name should be right, handlers, I think handlers, that's right actually. Inside this I have this handler.ts, and what will this handler do? This handler will be responsible for handling this stuff. So cut it from here, remove it from here, and inside this let's simply paste it here. Normal process, let's simply, what is the problem? Let's simply get rid of this. Handler asks to connect, simply import it here. This is fine, and that is done. So what is happening? Handler is gonna be responsible for handling the request initially. Helpers are gonna be just normal server process related helpers. So normal process helper, WebRTC process helper. So they are gonna be helping in process. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and same structure I can have on the back and client side as well. As for this thing, let me get rid of this. Let me import them again, so that on the server side, on the client side, I have the same structure, and this way things are gonna be easier to understand. So this much I've done over here. Overall things are fine. Let's close this as well. Go to the client side, follow the same structure. Following the same structure in the sense, I have my helpers, and apart from this particular helper, I have my handlers as well. So handlers, okay, inside handler I will have handler.ts, and what will I do? And or even better I can say process.handler, process.handler.ts. So this is gonna be the handler for the process, and then I will have normal process here. So normal process dot helper dot ts, just like this. And similarly I will have WebRTC process dot helper dot ts. So ultimately I have process handler that handles all the processes. Then I have normal process helpers, they will be helping normal processes. I have WebRTC process handlers, they will be handling WebRTC related stuff, and this is how it's gonna be going on. Coming back to this WebSocket server, I have these handlers. Inside these handlers, this is gonna be process dot handler dot ts. There can be different handlers too. So this is gonna be the process handlers. I have handle normal process and handle WebRTC process. I'm just simply handling them over here, and then that is it, nothing else. Coming back to this, great job actually, not bad. So this much we have done. A helper, we are facing errors here, and this is because server process we are using inside WebSocket. So it should actually be normal process. Anything else? Normal process. Overall things are fine. Close everything, go back to the front end side, and on the front end side I have my signaling server. And when it comes to signaling server, instead of having the server over, forget about the signaling server, let's simply say signaling signaling.ts. This will be responsible for signaling stuff. And when it comes to this one, normal process I will have WebRTC process. I'm gonna have these two things. Let me remove this stuff from here. Let me remove this particular type from here. Let me remove this type from here. It's gonna be WebRTC process. It's gonna be normal process on the client and front end, I mean back end side both. I'm gonna be importing it here. Again, the name is not right. So let me do one thing. I have the signaling.ts over here. Then when it comes to helpers, normal helpers, and then I have WebRTC helpers, and oh, naming is the problem, bro. Never mind. WebRTC, this is the handler actually, normal. Yeah, these are the handlers actually. So let me replace remove this, cut it from here, paste it inside the handler section. Paste. Oi, नहीं paste हुआ क्या? Cut, 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 paste. Okay, and handle request to join meeting. Okay, great job. I will be handling it. And handle request to join meeting will be inside normal process. Request to join meeting, the person is actually trying to join the meeting right now, so that is great. And export function handle request to join meeting. This is gonna be just normal thing. And once this is done over here, I'm gonna be back here. I'm gonna be importing it just like this. Once done, I'm gonna be getting the data over here as well. Apart from this particular thing, let's keep the data any type for now, so that I don't get the error. Remove this particular section from here. This particular section seems to be done. Once this particular section is done, so coming back to signaling.ts, everything starts from here. Import them. So what is happening right now? So on message, the name is just simply handle normal process, handle WebRTC process. This way I don't have the server client related problem. And when it comes to handle normal process, so if I click on this, I'm gonna be handling normal process related stuff. And again, this is just the handler. So handle normal process, handle a WebRTC process. This is inside the handler. So process handler. And I can have different things, handle WebRTC process and all, but this is fine. I can have both the handlers at the same time, at the same place. And then handle request to join meeting, and then it is just simply handling that. Coming back to this particular section, when I get a request here from the backend event here, call it anything. So label normal process, that is fine. Handle normal process, and I'm just simply passing the data over here. What does this data contain? This data contains two things, type and payload. So if I actually go here, this data actually contains two things, contains types and payload. Coming back to this thing, if a request to join meeting, if that is the type sorry, if that is the type, handle request to join meeting, handle request to join meeting. Okay, and then inside this I will be getting my data. And one thing I know, what do I know here? The data that I'm getting, that data will have the payload. I know the type of that payload. Okay, the same thing I did there only whenever I sent it. And so ultimately from here I'm getting the data. Once I got the data, I can get the payload, and once I got the payload, the job will be done. As simple as that. So what will I do? Coming back to this particular section, I need to have the type here. So the data can have any type. I can just simply keep it like this as well. Keep, bro, you have any type, don't worry, you are gonna be fine. But this is not what I want. The thing is that whenever I'm actually handling the request, I know what kind of data I'm going to get, or what kind of data I'm actually sending. So what can I do? In that case, handle request to join. Let me send only payload over here. When it comes to payload, so what will I do? I will be back here and handle a request to join. Data dot payload is something that I will be sending. So ultimately payload is going to be received over here. Payload. And when it comes to this payload, so I can just define its personal type here. So payload is actually gonna be equals to what all will this payload contain? This payload will contain the user information. So can I say that this payload ultimately is equals to, so type payload is going to be equals to what? Is going to be equals to participants. Participant from there, and let's simply add the payload over here. Any problem? No problem as such, because at the end participant contains this much, and that's what I'm getting right from the backend side. So if any user is trying to join, so that user will be sending me this much information, that's it. So if I'm just simply defining the type here just for that payload, that's fine. Okay, what is the next thing? Handle request to join. Question, what do I have to do here? Show the model. for the host should be able to allow or deny, not any, sorry, deny, and host should be able to allow or deny. And what else? Send grant to join meeting event. So this is what needs to be done. The thing is that how am I gonna be doing it? And the most important thing, this thing got done. I got a request handle to join meeting, and when I actually got the request, who got the request? The host got the request. Now the host can actually allow or deny. How will I get the socket message? The socket message of the socket connection of the host, right? So when it comes to the socket connection of the host, that is directly available over here on the client side. So using that, I can just simply send it back to the server side. So ultimately, if I want to get the socket connection, so I can easily get the socket connection using get socket. I already have it here. Why don't I have it? Socket manager, get web socket connection. Or let me do one thing. Set is, this is set, right? So let me create one more. Export const get a socket, and this is actually gonna be like this. It will be doing nothing but it will return web socket. That's it. And get a get WS connection should be fine. And when it comes to get a WS connection, coming back to this particular thing, I can just simply call it the get a WebSocket connection, just like this. And yeah, I got my WebSocket connection. So what do I have to do? First of all, whenever I get this particular request, I have to show the model for the host. Okay. And then once I've done that, I have to allow the user to allow or deny, and from there I have to handle this sending socket section. Okay, that simply means, first of all, this is the goal. How will I do it? So show the model for the host. I'm inside this particular helper. There is no way to use state over here, right? Now let's see how can I change the state, because first of all I have to change the state. So I have to maintain a state, maintain the state for the model. And maintaining the state is not the problem. Changing the state globally is the problem. So whenever I get this particular request over here, the state should be changed globally. The question is, how will you do that? That state is going to be for the meeting, right? That's obvious. So if I go to my store here, and I have meeting media, I have meeting, and I have chat. Let's click on this meeting, because this is the state going to be for the meeting. So I have meeting ID, username, current, blah blah blah. Similarly, I will have one more, that is gonna be open model, and that's gonna be false by default. That's right. Just a sec, give me a moment. So what I mean here, this is gonna be the main thing actually starts from here, the main business logic part. So far things have been really simple. So I have this open model over here. I can even use I can create an action set open model, and what will happen here, that open model this is actually gonna be boolean. It can be true or false, anything. And then I can just simply set the value. When it comes to setting the value, so I'm gonna be setting the value for the open model, just like this. Again, I'm getting it here, so it should not be problematic, but it is problematic. So Should I do it like this? Open model is gonna be equals to open model. I mean, this should be working too. Nope, that is not the problem. So when I'm actually setting the state here, joining participant, I'm already getting this, so it should be working. But if it is not working, definitely type is not there. So let me set that. So this way the value of the open model should be set, but I think I'm not defining the type. So let's go to the state. In the state, first of all, I need to have the open model over here. So open model, and that's gonna be boolean, first of all, this particular section, and then I need to have a action as well. So set open model, and it will get open model value, that's gonna be boolean, will be returning nothing. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Should not be getting the same issue, same thing again. So at least error is gone. What is the next thing? Some way I have to set this event. In Redux it was easy. Why? Because in Redux we were getting something called, I don't know whether it is how is it gonna be easy or difficult, but okay, in Redux what we were doing, in Redux we were using dispatch, and we were getting dispatch in the component. अरे भाई अच्छे से, in the component, and then we were simply passing it as a prop. So we were just simply passing it and just simply passing to that particular function. How do things work here? I don't know. So let's do one thing. Let's go with the zoo stand. Huh. Okay, we'll learn on the go. What else? Don't really have any other option. Don't know, so don't know. How will we do it? So when it comes to zoo stand, so you create the actions over here, and let me zoom it a bit. And now you use bear. Okay, it turns out you have to send the particular, first of all, because you are using hooks, right? So when you are using these hooks, so first of all you can get that particular action. In the same way you have to pass it, if I'm not wrong. That simply means, what can I do? Close everything, and the whole story starts from this particular section here. App meeting ID page.tsx. Again, what is the problem here? WebSocket is missing the following properties, is paused, blah, ping pong terminal. What is this here? Click on this WebSocket. That is the problem. Let me import it from WS, and now I should not be getting that error. Fine. So everything actually starts from here, and as the things start from here, things aren't organized well. Bro, this code hasn't been written by me, rather by the AI. You know what? I do want to write the code on my own, but it will take time. That's it. Okay, never mind. Let's drop the idea of writing the code on your own. This is just the code, HTML, CSS, and Tailwind CSS and all. So let's not worry about that much. I have these states over here, and first of all, let's organize the code well. Organizing in the sense, this is the meeting section. Inside this meeting, I will have components as well. So that's gonna be problematic. How can I create a folder that is not tracked? How to create a folder inside dir that is not tracked as a route in Next.js. Getting started project structure using this prefix. So in Next.js, prefix the folder with this. So ultimately like this. So this will in this structure the component is not a route but my component.tsx can be imported and used in other parts of your application. That's what I wanted, so let's do that. Actually, hopefully this is gonna be fine. Marketing group routes using parentheses. Yeah, let's go ahead with that. So ultimately inside meetings meeting I'm gonna be having components. So sorry, components, just like this, and inside this I will have different components. What is the first component over here? The first component is going to be, and that mainly not for the meeting, actually it should be for the meeting ID section. So let me keep it inside this because there's gonna be difference between them. So this is mainly gonna be for that, and I'm gonna be creating different components here for that. What is going to be the first component? This is gonna be the top level one. I'll have to actually structure the things well, otherwise it's gonna be crazy. Okay, so this is the top level div. Just below that I have this, I have this, I have, okay, these two things. First one is video section. This particular is the video section. So ultimately media container, right, or video section, call it anything. So ultimately what I have to do, first of all, before doing anything, let me check it out properly. So I have this top bar, I have this video grid, I have this meeting controller, and these are the things. So let's check out this top bar. Inside this top bar I have Teams stand-up meeting. I have this. Again, let me run it here, turbo dev, so that I can see the result. Hopefully will not get the errors. Let me run it. Okay, we will, because the overall HTML CSS and this thing was generated by the AI. Even it looks like this, I can make it better, I know, but okay, let's not worry about that. Let's go to the meeting page, meeting. So right now I will have to organize it in a better way. So let's enter the name. Okay, first of all, new. WS does not work in the browser. Did I do that? Of course you did. Inside LibSocket manager. Sorry. Inside lib socket manager. Oh, just a sec. Get rid of this WebSocket. Bro, it should be fine. Come back to this particular section, go to the top. As for this WebSocket, where is this coming from? This is coming from WS. Amazing job. Happy go lucky person. What is the problem now? Ping pong, ting tong, ping pong. Click on this. Have a look at this as well. If it does not exist, then do this. And this WebSocket. The WebSocket object provides the API for creating and managing a WebSocket connection to server, as well as for sending and receiving data. Okay. WebSocket MDN. So bro, what do I have to do? WebSocket, new WebSocket, I have to provide the URL. Coming back to this particular section, WS localhost 8000, that's what I'm doing. And once I did that, after that I'm gonna be back here. Once I'm back here, this WebSocket I'm actually not getting it from anywhere, and that is right. So once I'm not getting it, okay, signaling server, you need to, great job bro. I need to use the normal WebSocket connection. Okay, never mind, that's fine right now. The thing is that on the client side you don't need to import WS, or you don't even need to import the types from WS. On the client side, WebSocket is available natively, so you can just use it directly. Okay, this is what happens here. So by the way, this particular thing is done. Once this thing got done, let me come back here, check out the result. So this is how it looks like. So I have this meeting, this top level thing, then this is how it just simply goes on. If I make it a bit smaller, like 100, so this is how it looks, and this is not at all good. So I will even be changing the styling a bit, because the styling I don't like. But okay, first of all, it should have bigger fonts. 5 participant, and then okay, this looks great, but this participant section is not working. This is working for some reason, so I will have to just check this thing out as well. It did not create participant section if I'm not wrong properly. That's crazy. I will have to create it. Okay, we will do that. So this is the top section that I have, and base content or whatever it has, text is gonna be 2XL. अरे भाई ज़्यादा ही कर दिया. XL. This is okay. Extra large. Okay. This is a team stand-up meeting. This is just the name for the meeting. So when you are actually creating the meeting, you can name the meeting. This is the name of the meeting. That is fine. Meeting name. Let's simply name it like this so that I know that meeting name needs to be here. Then 5 participants are gonna be there. That is fine, and they're gonna be looking like that. Okay, that's okay. But these two things are not working as expected. So let me change the color as well, and that's gonna be kind of the top bar. Got it? So what I have to do here, let me do it directly. This is the video section. This is the chat panel, right? So video section, just like this, and inside components I'm gonna be creating video section. Bro, how do we name the files here? Fonts, API, main. I named the files the different way. Sorry for that. They're actually named like this in Next.js, and I named them different way. That's my bad, but okay, I am gonna be renaming them the right way. There is a proper structure that this way the things go on. Like this. And the remaining things are fine, right? Yeah, remaining things are fine. Just 2 things were missing. Coming back to this particular section inside meeting ID components, I'm gonna be creating video section. Bye. Just a minute. Components video section dot section dot tsx rfc. The whole name needs to be video section. This is how I'm gonna be going ahead. And what will I do? I will do nothing but copy all the code from here, cut. Once it is cut, come here and export everything from here. I know we'll get lots of errors, but overall let's simply import it here as well. Done. Keep it at the top. Don't even need to have it here. Cut it from here. So this way I will have lesser things. Great job. And let's go to this video section, and inside this particular video section I need to have many things, but okay, I will have them. And when it comes to this video section, so I have this top bar, I have this video grid, I have this meeting controller, right? Controllers. So what will I do? Nothing. This is the component section I have, and inside this component let me do one thing. Let me create a folder called video, and inside this particular video section I will have this. Apart from this particular thing, inside that video itself I will create what? I'm actually gonna be creating the top bar, video grid, and all. So let me do one thing. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna be creating video.topbar. So topbar.tsx. I'm gonna be having top bar. I'm gonna be having video grid.tsx. And what else? Media controllers. Media.controllers.tsx. Just like this. RFC. Media controllers. RFC. Top bar. RFC. Video grid. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. I know I need to structure it even better, but before that let me close everything. Coming back to this page section, I have this video section over here, I have this top bar over here. So let me cut it from here, let me go here, and let me just simply return everything from here, just like this. So this is how it's gonna be going on. And similarly, coming back to this video section. I have this video grid over here, so let me cut everything from here and let me go to this video grid, replace everything from here. And similarly I have this video section, sorry, controllers, cut from here. Arre bhai, cut everything from here and go to this media controllers, and let's simply paste it here. Done. Once this is done, go to this media controllers, remove all these things, and inside video section what all I'll have my top bar, I'll have my video grid, and now just like this, and I'll have my media controllers. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Quite simple, easy to understand. Great. Bhai, the spelling is wrong. Now this is fine. And so video section, no errors as such. Great job. Now let's go to the top bar and see how many things I have there. Again, inside the top bar I have quite decent things, so let me import everything right now. As for this on click, let me do one thing, bro. You will be doing nothing but this. Similarly users, Lucid React, this is fine. And okay, great job. So this much I've done. Apart from this particular thing, let's go to the video grid, and I have decent things over here as well. So let's simply import the card. Once this is done, I need to have the video element as well. That's interesting. Then video section, this is done. Then media controllers, I have some media controllers here. This is quite decent as well, so no need to worry about it. I don't want to have a lot of code in only one page, and because of that thing I'm just simply organizing the stuff. Mic off, and as for this mic on, const mic on, true. Similarly I need to have camera on, so mic on, camera on, true. Or kya bhai, mic on, camera on, and set a chat open. That's it, nothing else. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and I will manage. I will. Did I do something bad? Yeah, of course you did. Let me just simply import all of them. And yeah, even if even I took the help of AI to build this front end part, but this is not complete one, so I'll have to make changes. But the thing is that because of that thing, it's gonna be taking less time, and that's what I wanted actually at the end of the day. Button power off, phone off, not power off, and that is it. Here we are. So this particular section is done, media controllers and everything we are done with. What we'll be doing now, so inside meeting you have to go to the page.tsx. Inside this page.tsx, this is the meeting section, page.tsx. Inside this you have video section, and just inside this you will have a chat panel as well. So you will have panel, and there are gonna be two panels actually. One of them is gonna be chat panel, another one is gonna be participants panel. I will be creating that quickly with the help of the AI, but let's create that. There are gonna be panels. So when it comes to the panels, there are gonna be two panels. So chat panel.tsx, just like this. And what will I do inside that? Nothing. I'll just simply copy it from here, and I'm gonna be not pasting RFC. Hopefully it's gonna be really quick. Chat panel panel panel. Let's simply paste it here. Many errors. Such a bad thing, such a good thing. Let's simply remove this much. क्या दिक्कत है भाई? Fine. Oh, I got the problem. Cut. Fragments. Paste. Done. Okay, so over here, chat open. I've already made that show. I need to import some of the things. But okay, when I'm in this particular chat section, so Is this okay to keep the things like this? Yeah, this is fine. If the chat or chat panel is actually this much, that is overall enough. Like, at least I can even create more components on top of it, but okay, then let it be. And I'm just simply gonna ask it to create the participant panel. So let me ask AI quickly, because if I start coding, it's not like I can't build this. I can, really sure, I'm damn sure about this, but it will take time. So create a participant panel. Here we are, and hopefully it's gonna be creating participant panel really quick, just like the chat one. Ding, ding, ding. I Vipendra, this name, host, blah blah blah. This way it will be creating, and this is understandable, bro. Amazing. I don't know how it's gonna be looking like, but copy it. And once it is actually copied, let me do one thing. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be creating one more, and that's gonna be mm, participants panel. Participants panel.tsx. Paste it here, and we'll see how it looks like. Again, we have the demo data. We will be just simply replacing everything and all, but for now let's go to this chat panel. Let's import some of the important things, like button needs to be imported, paperclip needs to be imported, input needs to be imported, then this set message. Let me do one thing. Let me make it like this. Message is gonna be just an empty. Send needs to be imported. Alrighty, so this is how we are gonna be going ahead. Let's see how the things are gonna be looking like. It's gonna be worse. Nothing seems to be working. Let's just start working on the things one by one. First of all, work on the top level. 5 participants are fine, but they don't seem to be okay. So what will I do? Nothing is working. I know, I will fix it. Even that's not really a big problem. At least I have this much confidence that I can do the things. Coming back to this particular section, page.tsx, Ayla, it does not have test chat. Chat panel. के बात है, amazing job. Earlier chat panel was here, and ultimately I need to have my panels. So this is my panel section, and inside that panel section I have these two things. I have chat panel and I have this, but they are gonna be rendered conditionally. So what will I do? That okay, let the chat panel be here. So chat panel, let it be here, and let's see whether I do see that. I do see the chat panel. Then participants panel, just like this. Haha, I knew that, but such a great thing this is. Designing it worse, forget about that, but let me just turn it off for a while. Bhai, this is the design way of ChatGPT. 3 participants are here, that's great. But it is worse than anything. I mean, it is good, but look at the this particular section, logo section here. But never mind, we will fix it. So what can we do? Let's go to the participant panel. First of all, coming back to this particular section, I have to fix that, right? And for fixing that, it's simple. Wherever that is, where is that? Oh, this is how it looks like. That's great. It is not that big, so I could have even created more what components on top of this, but if I just keep doing that, it will take a lot of time. So let's just stop right here. I'm okay with this much code as well, and I'm gonna be changing only one thing, and that is user name char 0 and flex items center justify center, and that is it. Yeah, height full. Yeah, here we are. So that is in the middle, but still that seems to be really small. Text Excel. Is it increasing or not? Avatar, there are different avatars, and this is the name, yaar. So what is this? What is this section? User.name. What is the user? Which user is this talking about? And okay, participants, I'm looping through it, and when I'm actually looping through it, just above that I have the, okay, this is the same section, user.id. Then this is the avatar section, and when it comes to this particular avatar, so yeah, if I make it 5 pixel, why isn't this working? Oh, this is insane. Okay, keep it anything here. This I'm increasing the size is not being increased. Height, full center, text. Arey bhai, sorry, I didn't have a look at the previous style. And 6XL, what is the problem? So if I have text extra small and then I'm keeping it 3XL here, so what will happen? Item center, justify center, hide full, this text neutral content, this is the style for that. Daisy UI is being used, so that is why. And if I just simply remove this particular part too, so what will happen? Okay, turns out it is not even running. Got some errors for some reason, don't know. What was the error all about? WebSocket server dev, script dev. Okay, let's run it one more time and see if we get the same error. अरे भाई इंस्टॉल नहीं करना था, रन करना था टर्बो dev. Come back to this particular section. Hopefully we'll not get the error. JZY. Okay. Oh god, disconnected. Such a bad thing. So I will have to first of all fix this error. What is the issue here? Oh, pass JSON not pass. JSON parse unexpected identifier hello. Ah, sorry. So from the front end side, I'm still sending that. So where is that? Control W. From the front end side, signaling. Here it is. From here, I'm definitely sending that hello message. I'm sending it from here, so I don't have to do that. Let's simply log. Let's not do anything, because I'm sending a string and it is trying to parse the string, and that is not being parsed though, because that is not a JSON string and all. So that is just simply giving me the error. Turbo dev. Okay, this should be fine. Reload the page. Any name can be fine for now. And as for this thing, let me play with this designing thing now. So designing participants panel. Let me make it, by default it looks like this, and this is even good, but I don't know whether it looks small to me or it is actually small. Participants, right? These are the ones. Okay, text extra large, that simply means text has been set for the name as well. Text username. Okay, this has become too much, so let's remove this extra large from here. Normal is fine, I think. Normally it looks like this, and this is great. This is actually great. And now there should be some more gap between these mics. Bro, even if I got it generated, I'm still having to fix the things. So wait for a while. Participants open panel. Okay, this is the section. I'm just simply looping through that. This is the top header. Okay, once this is the header section. Just below that I have the participants, and this is gonna be the left avatar. This is gonna be the name section, and just below that I have user host and crown. Okay, crown if that is a host, then crown is going to be the right controllers are gonna be these. And when it comes to these controllers, so let's keep the gap 3. Okay, how about keeping it 4? 3 is fine. And apart from this particular thing, when it comes to these mics, so whenever I hover over these, cursor is actually gonna be pointer. So tring. This is how it's gonna be going on. So ultimately, yeah, this is looking okay. Apart from this particular thing, this top label header section I have to fix. So participant panel is working well, so I can just simply come back here and in this particular section let's simply do comment this, then it's not gonna be visible. And then how about turning on the chat panel? How does the chat panel look like? Chat panel looks like this, and this is not okay. This is not okay because there is no name. So in this particular chat panel I have this message. What is the problem here, Dave has a problem, can't find